Alright doctors, the EX stage is just dropped for when Elegies Are Ashes event, and I wanna say the whole event, the EX stages, I just have one word for it. Tickets. The goddamn tickets. Now I will be talking about each stage, so you can just skip ahead if you want to see a particular stage. I am using high-end operators because I only have high-end operators leveled up on my account. Like any 4 stars that aren't named Myrtle or Shaw are probably level 1. It's alright, but you can manipulate it. You can use your own favorite operators. For EX1, I've used Necrash as the lane holder with Mulesies and Ines to generate DP. It's actually very easy because Vishadel can handle one side and Necras can handle the other. And Suzerain is there in the middle to slow enemies. Like you just use your S2 and that is it. That's all that you have to do. The main gimmick of this entire thing is that when you see the red point, where the enemy spawns, if there are bubbles over there, that means that's somebody that's masquerading as an enemy point. And they are going to make your life hell. So what you want to do is to immediately get rid of that by placing an operator that can, remove that. Basically, you want somebody to view that red point. So overall, it was still easy. Like, once you know how to manage the incursion points, as the game calls it, the red points, it becomes easy. Fast deploys are very good over here. So like if you have Texas Alter, Yato Alter, or Ines S3, it works. It is really good. And that is it for EX1. I'll see you in EX2 now. Alright, we are here in EX2. Now, in this one, keep somebody that can silence the enemies. So over here you're gonna see me change, I think, Mulberry for Lapland. Lapland, the guard version, is very good for silencing enemies. So you can just keep her, because if you don't, those tiny bulb things, mini Bulbasaurs, they're gonna light up and then they're gonna blast and they're gonna explode and then they're going to kill everybody, because your healers probably wouldn't be able to heal that much unless you have Ea Berry plus Nightingale plus Saria plus Whisperain plus Mulberry plus and I'm naming all my healers. So obviously I'm using the Ines Mulesies for DP. You can use anybody. I use Ines because her gimmick is very good, and Mulesies because her S3 actually halts opponents in their positions. So it's kind of it's giving me a breather to deploy my other operators. Reed is there because her S3 on kill transfers to other enemies and it's just really good DOT. And after that, just deploy Vishadel in the side where Mulesies is, right beside the thicket, so that you can handle these burning enemies that are coming, that will light up the mini Bulbasaurs. If you have any other straight line killer like Ifrit or somebody who can actually kill them, then go for it. But this is it. This is this is the easiest one in all of them. These tickets are annoying though. This will make your life hell. And every EX stage has tickets, so it was my clears were more of a hold the line kind of stuff instead of going all in the first go. I was building up my defenses. Playing defensive in this one instead of offensive is actually much better. But alright, this is EX2. We're moving on to EX3, so catch you there. Alright, we are here in EX3. Now at this point, I was pissed. with the thickets. So I just, said screw it. I'm gonna bring out my biggest, strongest DPSs that I can think of and then go all in. So I wasn't really thinking straight over here. I could have, probably optimized it much further, but it just worked, so it's kind of okay. I think what's better is keeping Ines at the top positions, so she will reveal invisible enemies, because EX3, the CM stage, the challenge mode stage, has these guys that transform into thickets. They start off as invisible, so unless you don't have anybody that can remove that, they're gonna create insanity, unless you have hard-hitting operators. But over here, as you can see, Reed managed it. I removed that incursion point because if I hadn't, it would literally destroy me. And then obviously Vishadel. I think that's it. There will be some situations where where some operators I will like Silver Ash will die, and I think I will deploy him on the other side or something, and I think I will redeploy Vishadel as well. But you can have more operators. It's just showing that these stages aren't that difficult, and plus you can stall these tickets as well, because they will convert into these giant branches, these giant trees. So effectively you can save some of your sanity by by letting them just transform. But okay, that is EX3. I mean, this one was kind of meh. You can see it for yourself. That is it. On to EX4. Okay, EX4. Once again, it was hell if you don't know how to hold it, but I just went in with the craziest team comp, and I held the line. Basically, hold the line, hold your defenses, don't go all in, let them come to you. That is what my strategy was for EX4, and probably for all the other stages as well, until EX8. I just let them come to me because my defenses are very strong. And if you have certain operators like Suzerain, who can slow these enemies, or Ascalon, or Virtuosa, who can apply necrosis, so they take true damage. Basically, it gets easier and easier. Now what you want over here is to have maximum range, so that these enemies that come, they don't attack you, they don't hit you at all. And keep your best healer downwards, keep your incantation healer if you have it. If you don't have one, keep your best caster. And I think that is it, because this one was pretty easy, apart from letting them come to you. So it's more like a stall strat where you're just simply waiting. But I find it much better than going into the fray, because when you deploy any operator over there, they're gonna spawn these really tanky giant tree monsters, and that is hell. You do not want to do that. So this is this is very easy, simple stall. So that is it. I'll see you in EX5. Alright, EX5 is out, and I think this one was also very annoying simply because of the tickets. But once again, Virtuosa being the MVP over here, and Vishadel for her range. Like, even if you don't want to use Vishadel, if you don't have Vishadel, just keep somebody with a massive range, like let's say Lumen or Iaberry or Andrena or something. I think there's that one 5-star sniper from the Abyssal Hunters squad who has a range like Vishadel. So just anybody, keep them there and put them on this fruit spot facing upwards, so the other fruit spot will face them downwards and do consistent burn damage, which is like, you know, the good way to defeat or at least damage some of these enemies. Now Virtuosa, once again, amazing. Ascalon for slowing enemies. If you don't have Ascalon, Suzerain is a good alternative, although Ascalon is hot. Like, get Ascalon, what are you doing? And obviously for the above, what should I say, blue point row, these Dublin soldiers will pop up. You just need one good guard or, you know, vanguard defender combo to attack them. I think horns would also work really well if you don't want to, like, you know, use my Ines Saria combo. I mean, Ines lowers opponents, which kind of gives time. I'm kind of utilizing their passive traits as well in clearing this, but I can feel that, you know, Thorns might be able to solo this lane. And that is it. Like, once again, I'm asking them to come to me, not the other way around. Because in these kinds of stages, in the EX stages, I noted that majority of the deployable points are locked. Like, you just can't deploy them. And the places where you can deploy them are surrounded by tickets. So screw that crap, but whatever. So that is it. On to the next one.
Mission accomplished. 君たちに言わせればまだ勝利には程遠いのかもしれない。
EX6. Now, this one was easy. Like, I would say easier than EX5, EX3. And simply because, you know, the first time that I did it, I had this really insane strat and it just worked. So I just replicated it and it worked over here as well. So obviously Ines to generate DP. In the first one I used Ines and Nulzis, but Ines can handle it herself. Nekras is really good for lane holding. I mean, if you get one kill in her range at the start, then she goes on a roller coaster that is never gonna stop, because those summons are so tanky and hit super hard and it's just amazing. It's all depending on, you know, when she gets her first kill and if it's in her range. On the left side, Horns, Ascalon, Reed and Virtuosa will handle it like a Chad. Like, you know, you don't need anybody else. And on the right side, Nekras, Saria and Vishadel. That's it. That is it. Also, there are incursion points in this, like, you know, the dudes that disguise themselves they are in this stage. You can see the bubbles, and you just want to get them out as soon as possible because they make your life absolute hell, and they just keep on spawning these mini Bulbasaurs which are annoying, which are actually really annoying. So it's just better to get them over. So that is it. This one is still comparatively easy when you use hard hitting operators, and that is my clear. Like this was the strat that I used to clear this stage. So that is it. On to the second last one, the EX7, which was actually quite easy compared to, like, what others said. So I'll see you there.
Follow me into the shadows. Mission accomplished. 君たちに言わせればまだ勝利には程遠いのかもしれない。
EX7. Now this one, I've heard that it was quite difficult. I did curse a lot, and I mean a lot, when I did this stage, when I was trying to record this stage, because I was using the wrong operators, the wrong positioning, the wrong strategy. But once I told to myself, like, Shivain, just go do Virtuosa, use her. You pulled for her, you have pot 5 Virtuosa, she will carry you. And the moment that I, put Virtuosa on my team, it just worked like a charm. Like, like she just necroed everybody, and it was insanely good. It was insanely well done. So what you want to do over here is, in essence, Horns will handle this lane. Like, completely they will handle it. Keep one DP generator. I've used Mulesies because, once again, she has massive range. But if you don't have Mulesies, it's not a big deal because, you can compensate with other operators. Virtuosa is a must because her necrosis is the best way to deal with those invisible enemies that hit really hard for some reason. So when they come in the range, they transform into this cute bunny enemy, and they will just die from necrosis. Also, you do not want to deploy somebody near the giant orange yellow thicket because they just transform into this really annoying tanky enemy, and it is just absolute hell to kill them. But this is it. I mean, you have 3 other unit spots, and you have, I think, 5 more slots available. So you can just, if you have some range issues, you can deploy somebody in place of Mulesies. You can have, Iafala, keep Horns or Silver Ash or Lapland, anybody up top, to get maximum range, because that's what you want in this. The entire battlefield has to be within your range so that you're not overwhelmed with these enemies. So that is it. On to the final one, the dragon one. It's alright, see you there.
Mission accomplished.
EX8. Now this is the final stage with the big dragon, and it is expansive, it is massive, it is hell. It is annoying as hell, literally. But okay, I will explain and then I will bail out because I do not want to watch my failures again. In this one, I use Ines and Muses once again to generate DP, but you can use Flak Pipe because it is much more convenient. I just use Ines and Muses because Muses has massive range. So I would say Muses is much more important over here because of her extended range. And I'm keeping Thorns in front of Ines because he will deal damage, he will deal DOT damage, and he will be a good lane holder. Ines is just there to slow these enemies. Mulberry is there to heal my operators whenever they get hurt. Necras is for lane holding. And then on the left hand side, you know, that spot right below the red point, deploy a Wishadel over there, because that is the place where Wishadel will kill the boss. That is how Wishadel will kill it. I would recommend keeping a fast deploy, preferably Yato Altar, because she deals a lot of damage. But if you don't have her, Texas Altar also works. Virtuosa is like, you know, is not really necessary to this. I just used her because I wanted to try and apply enough necrosis on this, but the boss killed my Virtuosa before she could do it, so it was GG's, mate. But Lapland Altar is the absolute MVP in this one. Alright, when the boss first, you know, goes into regen phase, it will deploy these crystals that you really want to destroy. So Mule Z's with her extended range absolutely helps over there. And these thickets, these purple thorns or whatever it spawns, they're not very tanky. So, like, you know, anybody can kill them. You just want them out of the field by the time it regenerates its full health, because you want the dragon in its flying form. You do not want it to go back into its land form. Alright, after this, in the aerial form, the dragon will be atrocious. It will spawn purple flames, it will, you know, inflict massive burn damage, it will do insane amounts of stupidity and annoy the hell out of you. So what you want to do is kind of stall the boss. Like, you know, you want the boss to only hit the side where Lapland isn't in it. So if the boss deals damage to the top side, you're safe to go. If it deals to the bottom side, just try and get the boss to do it on the top side. I don't know what triggers it. I think it's, you know, the character that has the highest attack will get the flamethrower treatment. But you want Lapland to be safe because she will save you. She will save you super hard. Her global range is what makes her work, along with her fear. Also, if you're scared, you can keep a defender operator, like, you know, the healer defender operator like Saria or Nyal or Shu or Blemishine or whatever. Alright, Wishadel will die, so Wishadel is out of the question now. You can even you know, deploy her back, but I would not recommend that, because if you deploy her back, the dragon will target somebody else with a higher attack stat, and you do not want Lapland to be on that list. You do not want that purple circle on Lapland. So that being said, now this is the part where, you know, once this dragon is below the tickets, activate S3 for Lapland. Use your fast deploys, deploy anybody that has revived, like, you know, the redeployment time is over, and deal massive amounts of damage. Just go all in, because this is the final stretch. You want to kill it over here. Annoying, it is annoying, and there are probably many easier guides out there, but I mean, this is my clear, and I don't know how much of a help it could be, but I hope that, you know, some decisions that I made could be helpful for certain guys, certain people out there who are trying to complete this. But that is it for now. I am done with this event. Now I can play icebreaker games in peace, in absolute peace. I get my final medal and I am done. Beautiful. So that is it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to support me and have a great day. Goodbye.